Hoka, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita Livestream of March the 11th, 2022. What would having Alita as a friend be like? I am your host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado in the U.S. And one of our regulars here, Alejandro Camago, is on. And he's from Colombia. How's it going, Alejandro?
Oh, very well, Greg. Thank you so much. And okay, hey, from Bogota, Colombia.
Yes, that word Hoka is getting around, isn't it? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Very popular in this stream. Great.
Yeah, I guess our president was down visiting your president here this earlier this week, I guess.
Oh yes, sure. Thank you so much for your invitation. This thing is very interesting. It's great. I think it's a very good selection for you.
Okay. I'm going to put my earphones on because I'm having difficulty hearing actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting them on right now, and it's they got tangled up. That's why it took me so long. So anyway, so how you doing, Alejandro?
Oh, very well. Thank you. Working and expecting news about the election for the Sunday. We have
Ah,
the opportunity to elect new Congress and Senate, and many people is expecting new people in the politician here in Colombia.
yeah, yeah. Well, politicians, they are what they are, I suppose, aren't they?
Yes, sure. And what about you?
Oh, real good, real good. Wrapped up teaching a class this week, and just doing my thing, as they would say. Looks like you got a friend out there, Leonardo, and he is saying thanks for the opportunity to be with us today. It looks like is what he's saying. My Spanish is not all that great, so
Uh, yes, yes, you're right. He said that. He write that.
yeah.
You are a professor, right?
I'm sorry.
You are a professor. What matter you teach?
Oh, I teach classes in like business, that kind of thing, business continuity.
Ah, okay, great.
Yeah. Did Kashiro ever draw Alita with long hair? Nordley asked that question. I am not sure about that. I don't recall ever seeing Alita with long hair in the manga. I mean, he may have drawn her with long hair in one of those side stories. Not sure about that one. So yeah, that's an interesting question. Now you got me thinking about that. Maybe I need to go back and look at the manga and see if I can find any place with her having long hair. I think that's mostly people are just using Face App on one of her pictures, or photos, and doing it that way. So
But
anyway,
the hair, I think the hair of Alita is synthetic. It's not possible to grow because it was implanted by Doctor Ito when he found her in the scrapyard, right?
well, I think in the movie you don't get that feeling, but I think in the novelization, you do get the feeling that her hair can grow because I think there was a story in there, or at least a segment in there, that she was wondering if her hair would grow out to be as nice as Koyomi's, because Koyomi could braid her hair. And there was one part of that where she was saying, I wonder if my hair will do that. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, hello there, Finestro. I guess Gru Scott to Finestro and Gru Scott to Hybrid. How's it going? Okay, Finestro says he's going to stay in the chat. I think that's all right. So If you want to come on, I just put the link in the chat, and oops, there it is right there. So just click on that, you can come on. So now Finestro, I bet your English is better than my German. That's all I got to say about that one. And certainly is better. Your English is better than my Spanish. That's for sure. So, so anyway. Okay. Well, I guess I sent a couple of invites to folks, but folks are really busy today. So we may just be me and Alejandro. I think Angelus is he's working today. Now he'll be back next week for sure. He claims that he'll be on his regular schedule, I guess. So yeah, Guten Tag. He says, yeah, that's kind of northern German, I think. There, Nordley. I'm not sure about that one, but anyway. And Finestro says his Spanish is really bad, so that's what he's saying. It's probably. I hope it's not worse than mine, Finestro, or else you're going to be in trouble. So anyway, okay. Well, I guess we can get on with the regular topic here. We know how good a warrior Alita is. She's a really good fighter. She's a real good motorball player, and just really strong. Fast, that kind of stuff. And of course, it's kind of neat seeing her in those action frame sequences, where she actually beats up on those cyborgs in the alley and takes off Gerwishka's arm and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, And she's, when you look at her, if you just saw her and you didn't know anything about what it was like being a cyborg or something like that, you would think she's just a little. Just a petite little girl who couldn't do much of anything in terms of fighting, and that would be a very gross underestimate of what her ability is, because she is endowed with a lot of, now we've always said she's not superhuman, or she is superhuman, but she's not a superhero, but, she, basically is, got all that going for her, for sure. And of course, she was asleep for 300 years and all that kind of good stuff. But what would she be like if she was going to be your friend? Okay. If she was going to be somebody that you wanted to hang out with or something like that, what would she be like? And I guess Nordley says that Alita kind of reminds him of a tomboy, maybe an 8-year-old tomboy or something like that. Yeah, possibly, So, she is a little bit like that, I guess. But anyway, she could that's right. She could whoop any boy's butt. That's exactly right. So, yeah, I knew somebody like that too when I was a little kid, Well, Lee Lemon says he was thinking of coming on. Okay, Lee, you can come on if you want. No problem. Just go ahead and do it. Click on that link. It's up there somewhere. I'll go ahead and put it back in the chat again so you can maybe see it. So we know all these good things about Alita. We've had several streams about how great she is as a fighter and how she would do against superheroes, how she would do against supervillains and stuff like that. But as a normal person, as someone you would think of as just a lady that's that would perhaps might be a good friend, or just someone who lives in Iron City that's just doing their thing, surviving whatever they're doing. What would she be like? You have any thoughts about that, Alejandro?
Well, I was thinking about this theme about how could be a relation in friendship with Alita. And I think one of her principal values is the honesty. If she wants to a special relation with somebody, I think she expects that people speak with the truth, don't hide any concepts or ideas or experience, or hide himself in some way. But I think the transparency, how a people relation can have a relation with her, it's very important to show the people as the most real form that they really are. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. You kind of wonder about her. I guess what we say up here in the States, her people skills. In other words, she was in the military. She was 17, I guess, when she started off to Earth, to fight in the fall. And
Yes.
there's Lee Lemon. Hey, Lee, how's it going?
Oh, hey, pretty good. I just woke up, so I'm afraid
Oh,
I'm
wow. Just woke up.
tired,
It's, I
really.
didn't. I
Boy.
wasn't aware that Fontaine, Colorado, was in that different a time zone.
Oh, it's not. Unfortunately, I am.
Okay. So, how's things going down there, Lee?
Oh, not too badly. We still get some snow, kind of cold, but it's going pretty good
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, we had a pretty good snow yesterday and the day before, and today no snow. The sun's out. It's supposed to get up into the 50s tomorrow, so that's pretty amazing. I think.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, which I think that's probably around say 30 degrees Celsius for those of you that are in the well, no, it's not quite 30 degrees Celsius, I guess. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know, somewhere around there. Yeah. Anyway, you could figure that out. 9/5 C plus 32. That would be or in this case, 5/9 C minus 32 is what it would be. So yeah, maybe it's 10 degrees. That's about right, I guess. So yeah. So anyway, how far are you from Pueblo? You're not that far from Pueblo, are you?
I think I'm about I want to say about a half-hour drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I went to, I guess it was year before last, I was at a powerlifting tournament or meet down there. Yeah, 2020, I think it was. Yeah. So, yeah, nice little town. I've been through it several times, And we just had Safani sung in there. How's it going, Safani?
Yeah, that's all good, Craig.
All right, good. How's things in California?
That's cool. That's hot over the summertime this week and this year.
Yeah, you guys don't get too much snow where you are, do you? Do you get any snow there, Safani, when you're?
I know it's summer over there. It's summer.
Okay.
There's no snow in this.
Yeah.
Snow is spring.
Yeah. Okay, but as I was saying, we know how talented Alita is at fighting, how good she is at motorball, how she can stand up or hold her own against superheroes and supervillains. But what would she be like as a friend? Well, I know one thing. Alita is a very caring person. I mean, yeah, she's really super strong and fast and that kind of stuff. But I think she's someone who genuinely cares, for people. Certainly likes dogs. That's for sure. What do you think, Alejandro? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, sure. I think when she's close with people like, in this case, Dr. Ito, or maybe I think Nasker Hart could be, maybe Koyomi could be. People who relate with her, she opened her hair and has a very special treatment with the people who is very close and shares many things, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And if she was a good friend of yours, she would care about you a lot. I think that's just the feeling I get. The way she quickly, kind of, adapted or befriended or whatever you want to call it. Ito. I mean, accepting him as a father figure. I mean, you think about it. She was in that role for about 3 days. Before she had to. Kind of had that fight in the alley with the 3 cyborgs. So, so I think she would be extremely caring. What do you think, Lee?
Seems like it. I mean, everything I've seen from her, she seems to be fairly caring if she's not in kill mode.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. If she's in kill mode, yeah, you got to kind of watch out, for that
Then
one.
the only thing she's going to care about is killing you.
Yeah. Although if she's your friend, though, I'm not sure she'd do that. I think she would.
Yeah,
I
she
think
seems to give a bit of leeway to people otherwise, unless it's some kind of serious combat situation.
Yeah, that's right. And being trained in the military, that I guess she remembers that over time in the movie. So. But I do think she would be very well. She is very empathetic. You could tell that when the that little stray dog was Gerwishka killed that little dog. You could see the look on her face. That there was a little bit of pain for him. And then of course then she was angry at Gerwishka after that.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Safani? What's your take on this? Do you think Alita would be a very caring person as a friend?
That's a hard one to say. I don't know. I just do the same thing he says and Lee says.
Okay. Yeah, I just think that I think if she took a liking to you, I think she would. Yeah, I think she would bond with you because she bonded with Ito pretty fast. Like say 3 days. To the point to where she would fight for him. To protect him. So that I think that would be that'd be a big deal. For her, especially if you were one of her friends that she cared about a lot and you were in danger. I think she would definitely. She would kick into that kill mode, as you were saying, Lee. I think that would be very. I think it'd be automatic with her. I think. Any other thoughts there, Alejandro?
Well, there's some situations that goes from one side to another. There are some situations very, very nice, very lovely, like the picture that you're showing us.
Yeah.
And there's another occasion that she's very hungry with him. Remember when she is going out from the factory and she told him that you should have told me who you really are, because she discovers that he's a hunter warrior and she hasn't said anything about that. So, as at the beginning of this little stream, as I told you, she doesn't like the truth that is hiding, or something that is very dark, and people don't want to let her know about that. And that is some situation that she rebels about that situation. But obviously, these different behaviors depends of the situation that she's living with the people.
Yeah. Well, to your point too, you remember when she, after she left Ito's office, she had run into Shirin and kind of left her, telling her, what's your problem, and then she leaves, and she's walking in the street. She happens upon that street motorball match that Hugo's in, and all the other, kids that are there, all the other players, she was all smiles to them and, saying hi. She said hi to all of them and that kind of thing. It kind of told me that, she wants to befriend people. I think she was very outgoing, and just wanted to, have a good time with everybody and stuff like that. Of course, Tanji kind of messed that up. He put her into almost kill mode, didn't he? But yeah, but I think I think she wants to do that. I think just judging from what happened in that street motorball scene when she happened upon him. Just really open to everybody and smiling at everybody and stuff like that. I just think she would be she'd be very good like that with people that she just met, because she didn't know any of those people there except Hugo. That's the only one. And she didn't really know him that well. She only met him one time before, and just, really accepting, I think.
She seems like the kind of person who might sort of expect the better of people, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good statement, because I think it didn't occur to her that
at least initially.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. I think she would, until you proved otherwise. You know, I think she would be very, you know, easygoing with you and stuff like that. Now, Finestro says Alita's a protector. Yeah, we're going to get to that one, Finestro. There's no doubt about that, you know. And of course, Hybrid says that if she was your friend, basically saying that she'd be a true friend and she would have, I guess, a relationship with you based on trust and empathy, you know. So, and she would bond to you, you know. I think that's right, you know, because she did that very fast with Ito, and I even think with Gerhard, you know, she bonded with them pretty fast, you know.
Yeah.
And even let me tell you that when she's going to the Kansas bar and she invites to the Hunted Warrior to join her, it's a very wide invitation because she considers that type of like time of brotherhood, and she can to get a big barrage of brothers against Gregwinska. In that way, I agree with you. In the first aspect, she's very open her to make relation with another person.
Yeah, and I don't think she's bashful either. You know, I mean, you know, like say
Oh,
she was,
definitely not. Yeah.
yeah, she definitely in the Kansas bar, she was ready to, you know, I mean, well, certainly she was going in there to get help, you know, but I think her whole ploy was, you know, hey, if none of these people will help me, you know, then I'm going to challenge them, you know, something like that. So I don't think she's afraid, you know, or has any problem talking to strangers or anything like that. Now, part of that could be that I mean, she's just so overpowered, you know, in some cases compared to the average person, you know, that she probably has that super duper confidence, you know, that that would go along with that, you know.
I think that may be partly a result of her training too. She's meant to, you know, seek out conflict and confront it head on.
Yeah, I think so, you know, and that's probably another thing that gives her the confidence that she has too.
This has actually been kind of the question I've been wrestling with throughout my entire story is what would it be like having Alita as a friend, because the main character is struggling with how to deal with her, knowing what she is.
Yeah, particularly in the manga. In the manga, she's kind of all over the place sometimes, isn't she?
A little bit.
Yeah, she has her moments. Well, she has her moments in the movie, particularly at the end. She's more at the end of the movie. She's more like manga Alita than she is what we saw prior to that. You know, I mean, you know, running Vector through when he's unarmed. You know, of course, I guess she figures that he's being basically, you know, that Nova's riding him. You know, and so he's kind of like being possessed, if you want to think of it, by Nova. You know, so she probably, you know, considered that. You know.
Well,
but yeah,
considering
I mean,
if you let him live, how many lives he's capable of taking.
Yes.
And has taken in the past, I'm not sure letting him live would be all that wise of an option.
Yeah, well, that's right. You know, Fnordley has a great observation too. It's almost about, well, you know, I think basically what he's saying, and particularly when she happened upon that street motorball game where she was accepting and very friendly with everybody going in and stuff like that. It was almost to the point of naivete, wasn't it? I mean, she just, you know, didn't think about, hey, these people may not like me, you know. Certainly times you didn't like her. But
initially,
you know,
yeah, she does lose a bit of that after Hugo dies, though.
Yeah,
quite a
I
bit
think
of it,
so.
it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I think so, you know. Yeah, you're right. Okay, any more thoughts about that one? Because we got a few more slides to hit on this one, I think. Okay, Alita is giving. You know, there's an old saying, you know, here in the States that somebody likes you enough, they'll give you the shirt off their back. Well, I mean, not that she wears shirts, but evidently she will give you your heart if she cares about you enough, it looks like. Of course, in this case, that's Hugo, you know.
Well, in the
wants to
manga,
give
at least she
Hugo.
wears shirts, but, you know, beside the point.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she does in the manga. Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, I think, you know, if you were her friend, I mean, and I think you would have to be a very good friend. You know, she'd probably give you a lot. You know, I mean, it's like Hugo was telling her, you know, don't just give things to people, no matter how good you think they are or how deserving they are, you know. And I think that's her part of her makeup. You know, I think she has an ingrained trust or acceptance of people, you know, that it sometimes, now, I mean, she can definitely go off on you, but what I'm saying is I don't think it occurs to her initially when she meets someone that this person could be evil, you know. But now, certainly, she does not stand by in the presence of evil, for sure. But I mean, I think when she initially meets somebody, it doesn't occur to her, I think, that, you know, this person could be a problem, you know. I think she's so accepting of them that, you know, she would, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt until they proved her wrong, you know. And then, of course, then it's a big trouble for folks, you know. What do you think, Alejandro?
Well, I agree with you. I think she tends to be very generous, given anything the people needs, like the case of Hugo, and ensure about the security of Dr. Ito against the cyborgs. And in fact, she doesn't want to get money, to get assets or any other things. I think it's I see a little like a free spirit, because in fact she is not expecting to get uh, money, elements, glory. No, I think she's so open-hearted human being that she wants to illuminate the people with the caring, with the love, and with the friendship, and with the friendship, and with a very special treatment with another person.
Yeah. You know, Ash Blackman has an interesting, you know, view on this. I think he says that he thinks she's stone hearted, you know, that the only reason she is the way she is in the movie to begin with is because she's forgotten everything, you know.
Well, if you there was that one scene from was it Last Order that shows the her with her comrades ready to attack that one target they were assigned to destroy.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was definitely a bit of a monster.
Yes. Yes, she was. You know, and it's like I've always said, she has her moments. You know, she can definitely go off on you. You know, and you know, I think I agree. I think I agree with Ash. You know, because I think he's. You know, I think she does. Like, you know, Operation Malwarf is an example. How many people did she responsible for their death? You know. Yeah, but I think that was just part of her military training. You know, and it's kind of like he says when. You know, when she got, you know, thrown from Zalem or Jeru, whichever, or Teferez or Catherez, whichever one you want to call them.
I think it was,
you know, it kind of like it erased her memory or something, you know. You know, she was asleep for 300 years, you know. So, and of course, yeah, it'd be neat if they explored this in the sequel. You know, because if she's going to be the fallen angel in the next one, like James Cameron thinks, then yeah, maybe we're going to see a dark side out of her in the sequel. So,
well, we already see glimpses of it in the first movie, but yeah, it's probably going to be explored more in the sequel.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. But I think the way she is for most of the movie, you know, she's just kind of, you know, very charitable or something. You know, I mean, for instance, when that little dog, this always bugged me when first time I saw the movie, that little dog comes up to her, you know, when she's eating that falafel, you know, and, you know, she just gives him the falafel basically. And I thought, no, you don't do that. If you want him to have some, you tear a piece off and give it to him. You don't let him eat right off of your food, you know, like that. Now, of course, part of that could be because she's been asleep for 300 years too, and has, you know, maybe forgotten a few things or something like that.
Probably is. It just didn't know any better. But also having a fully prosthetic body with all its defenses, I don't think bacteria is going to be a problem for her.
Well, I think that's true too. Her brain maybe, but once again, we've had that discussion too. That those you know, those nanobots that are in the cyber blood, you know, I mean, they do protect all of her machinery and all that, but I think, and I guess we all agreed on a couple of streams that those nanobots also protect her brain. You know, I mean, they do some maintenance or something like this. Oh, and there's a bot out there that you guys don't click on it. I just blocked them. So yeah, you ever see that bot type thing like that, then don't click on that because you'll regret it if you do. So anyway, any other thoughts about Alita as a giving person?
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to be going here shortly. I've got to pick up some friends. So,
all right, Lee, no problem.
All right, well, thanks for having me on. You guys,
you betcha.
Have fun.
Yeah, it's good seeing you. Glad you finally got on with us. So, or have you been on before?
Once before, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
but it was a while back. So
yeah, okay. All right, Lee. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, no problem. You guys take care.
You betcha.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So yeah, I think Alita in the movie, at least the first part of her, she's definitely, well, I mean, if she's willing to give Hugo, now she loves Hugo for sure. I mean, she is smitten with him big time, you know. But you think about that heart that she has there, that antimatter microreactor heart. I mean, to offer that to somebody, I don't care if you love them or not, that's a big deal, you know. I mean, if she's willing to give him her heart, you know, if she would be willing to give you the shirt off her back, you know, if you needed it, you know, that's what I think. So I think she'd be a friend that if you were in trouble and needed something, I don't mean needed to fight somebody or something like that. I mean, she'd fight anybody, but I think she would give it to you. You know, that's just my opinion.
Yes, I think the tendency of the feeling of protection, her close friends or people who she loves is very strong. I think it's, as you mentioned, the military training that she conserves in any way gives the tendency to fight against anything to protect the elements or the things, the little dog against from centurions at the beginning of the film, independently of how strong, how big, how powerful could be, she's going to confront anything in order to protect the people who she loves.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, I mean, I think she's just, you know, just very giving and very forgiving too, by the way. I mean, you know, she's pretty mad at Hugo when she caught up, you know, when she stopped Zapan from killing Hugo, you know. I mean, she basically kicked Zapan and he just went flying, you know. But yeah, she's pretty upset with him at that point, to the point where she punched the ground beside of him, you know, and that was solid asphalt, I guess. And her fist probably went into the ground about 4 inches, you know. So I mean, yeah, pretty awesome there in that terms of strength. But you saw how fast she forgave him, and of course, part of that was because Zapan, you know, definitely impaled him with his sword, you know. So, you know, and that kind of maybe her emotions kicked in. But I think that's the thing about her too, is her emotional, you know, her emotional being. You know, I think her emotions are very intense, you know, and if she cares about you, I think there'd be it'd be no price would be too high, you know, to give you that if she really cared about you, you know.
Yes, sure, absolutely. The situation that you mentioned is the very strong emotion that she reacts in order to know that Hugo it wasn't completely honest with her. That really breaks her heart, because she opens up to anyone, and she expects in the same sense the same from the other person, to be honest, to open her heart to her, and to share many things, not hiding. I think she hates that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, losing Hugo did break her heart, didn't it? That's for sure. just the pain on her face, was just gave testament to, I guess, how intense her emotions are. I think it's just very, she does have very intense emotions. And I guess Sinestro, I guess you're leaving. I know it's pretty late. So anyway, Guten Abend, as they would say, or Guten Nacht. So, so have a good one there, Finestro. And then Ash has another one, about, soldiers are willing to sacrifice their humanity. A while ago, he did put up another text that said, hey, they're willing to sacrifice their lives for their country, that kind of thing. And that she is lucky, and she was like that more than likely. Well, I know she was, but, and then she, of course, being thrown off of Zalem or Jeru, whichever one, and ended up in the scrapyard, with her memory erased, and then wakes up later. Yeah, she was given a second chance. I know Dan and I have talked about this too, that, really Chaos, actually did her a favor, wiping her memory like that. I think in the manga, he actually wipes her memory, I think.
No, it's copied into his.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So basically he has all of her memories.
Yeah, that's right.
In his own mind, yeah.
But did he transfer it like you do a move, or did he just copy it?
Triggered it. She was certainly having flashbacks, while that was going on, yeah, but he has all her memories up to that point.
Yeah. How's it going there, Chaos and Dizzy?
Pretty well.
Nice. How's it going, Diz?
What's going on there, Creek?
No, Hoka. Hey, Diz, not a whole lot. Good day, mate. How's that for that? That's not too good an Aussie accent, I guess.
That's pretty good, mate.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyone to think you live here?
Oh, really? Well, how's it going down there in Tassie?
Ripper of a day today, mate. Sun's out, guns out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right. Summer down there. That's right.
I think summer's just ended.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Whatever comes after summer, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That'd be fall, Diz. So anyway.
I'm about to have a blizzard. Well, it depends how far the blizzard's going, but whoever lives down southeast, why'd you send a blizzard our way? That's not cool.
Well, I know one thing. We got it up here too in Denver, man. We got some pretty good snow, but now the sun's out and it's great. It's still kind of cold, but tomorrow it's supposed to get into the 50s and even into the 60s early next week. And then it's going to snow again. So that's the way it is here in Colorado.
It's autumn. It's autumn here.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Autumn. So what did you say? Falls.
Fall. Yes. Fall is what we also call autumn. So,
yeah, right. Why is that? Is that because everything's falling off the trees?
Yeah, that plus we're Americans. We don't know any better.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How's it going, Chaos? How's everything in Ohio?
Pretty well. It depends. So there's a huge blizzard coming up from the southeast. So it might not hit me as much as south, but we'll see.
That's weird. It's coming up from the south. I mean, you'd think it would come up from the north, would you? You would think. I would, but that's what the weather's showing. Yeah. By the way, Chaos, have you noticed how the number of subscribers? I was looking at your channel the other day, and good gosh, I saw the number of subscribers you had, and I went, "Holy crap!" It went up. And I checked mine. I just got back on it. I had a drop. Because there have been apparently before the Ukraine invasion happened, Russia blocked YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, I know mine's gone through the roof. I mean, I've added oh God Almighty, in the past week, I think 70 subscribers or something like that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't know how that happened because I'm not doing anything different. Just doing it. Just happens. It happens when it does. But the more views you have if you have a video that has 15,000, you have better odds of people seeing it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so anyway, that's what we were talking about there, Chaos and Dizzy, about how how Alita's a really giving person, and that as they would say here in the States, she would give you the shirt off of her back if she was your friend. Now she's not going to give just, well, I don't know if she'd just give anybody anything like that, because Hugo did say, don't just give things to people, no matter how good you think they are, or how deserving they are. So I think he had the feeling that she would give anybody anything if they needed it. So just
I was just reading your title of your live stream where it says, "What would having Alita be like as a friend?" I'd be really fat because she'd be feeding me chocolate all the time.
Yes. Yes, you would. Chocolate and oranges, probably. So okay, so anyway, just another thing about her, she definitely would be fun to be around, I think. I think certainly she seems to be having fun there at that motorball game. I mean, that'd be like going to a football game, or a cricket match, or a baseball game, or something like that. You see she's on the back of Hugo's cycle there, and she's really, really enjoying it. So I think she would be someone that you could have some good experiences with, going to do stuff, like hiking or whatever, because there was that scene where they went out to the Badlands, in the movie, to go see that ship. As another damn bot, guys, don't click on it. There we go. So
No, he's a mate.
what, Ivan Foreman is?
Yeah.
Why did he have why did he have one of those weird ass looking URLs in there?
Because I'm still trying to teach him how to speak Australian.
All right. So anyway, but I do think she would be fun to do stuff with. I think she would I think she is I would say willing to try new stuff. I think she's has that explorer, or not explorer's nature, but she's just inquisitive about things and stuff like that. And it seems that she wants to have fun, so, well, there you have it. She's having fun on the right and the left. So she's just really, I think she really gets into what she's doing there on that kind of stuff, and just really has great fun, is what I think.
Have you got like any images of her in the Kansas bar? Because I reckon there'll be a lot of nights of her dragging you into the shit because she's attracted to danger.
Well, I do have I do have one coming up of her in the Creeks, Kansas bar.
Ah, the Creeks, Kansas bar, mate.
Yeah, well,
she's probably not much dangerous stuff going on there.
Yeah, well, maybe
except for when Creaky's got his mullet out.
Yeah, that's right. But now she's my niece now, so it's all up and up there on that one. Yeah. So, so what do you think, Alejandro? Do you think she'd be kind of a fun person to kind of get into stuff with, and doing stuff?
Sure. I think she enjoys so much actions, like sports. She enjoyed very much, for instance, the motorball from the very beginning of the film, when she's watching the screen in the streets, and she liked that kind of actions, and she enjoyed it very much. So in the case that she started with the scrimmage in the streets, she really enjoyed that, because it's something that is a very deep impulse of her innership to go for actions and with another people in order to get some goals with the ball or whatever it could be. But that kind of interrelation between another person doing something is something that she really enjoyed so much, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think she really has kind of like, and this probably is because she was asleep for 300 years and then didn't know who she is. Now she's rediscovering herself, like Ash Blackwood says, she'd be like one of the boys or one of the guys, that would just love to hang out and just do some wild ass stuff, like going to, that motorball game. She definitely was enjoying that one. And you remember when she was walking with Ito, when she first time she went out into Iron City, and she saw that big jumbotron screen up there and saw that motorball, it stopped her dead in her tracks. What is that? So she really was into that thing. She thought it was great.
And that in that scene you can check that there's something that she doesn't like, that people tell her what to do or what not to do, because when Dr. Ido said, you don't have to wasting your time watching that, something like that, she doesn't like that, because she is going against she really feels of the freedom that she is very deep in her heart. So I think that is a very good element to take care in order to get a friendship with her.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Nordley here. I think that Alita is kind of like Gina Carano. I think Gina Carano, in case you don't know who that is, I can't remember her name, but she was in The Mandalorian. And
right, it was Cara Dune was the character.
Yeah, Cara Dune, that's right. Yeah, and then of course they kicked her out because they didn't like her politics or something. Now I think everybody on this string knows what my politics are, but you know what, folks, we need to keep that shit out of the movies. If let people live their lives. If they I don't care what political thing they're in, as long as they are. They do their thing, and they're, they get into a movie like this, or they get into The Mandalorians. That I think, okay, so all right, maybe you don't agree with her, but hey, she's still a good actress.
My view is similar. My view is similar to what Michael Jordan says. Everybody buys sneakers. That's how I feel about my YouTube channel. Everybody watches my stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it's their lives. Let them live them. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't want to get into politics here. That's bullshit. So anyway.
But just remember, everybody buys sneakers. Michael Jordan said that.
Oh yeah. I got a couple of pairs. Exactly. Yeah, one of them is even a Nike too. So there you go. Or not one of them, a pair of them. So Angelus is out there. You see that, Dizzy? I don't know what Angelus. I guess he's found time to go look at it. Come to the stream. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Ash. I think she is definitely she is one of my favorites, Jack. Boy, it broke my heart when they took her off The Mandalorian. So that's the way it is, I guess. The way these folks roll, I guess. So anyway. So what do you think there, Chaos, about her being fun? What how?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Some of the she kind of says some stuff that makes you okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Although her idea of fun might be dangerous for you if you're around her.
I don't know about danger at this point. If being run over by a car, if that doesn't hurt me much, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, ask me if I want kids. That's awkward.
Well, you do have kids, okay, awesome. So you do.
Right.
What about it, Dizzy? What do you think about Alita being fun? What would she be like down there in Tassie?
Nah, mate, she'd be all over it, mate. She loves singing songs in the pubs, getting smashed. It'd be wicked.
Yeah.
She'd fit in well down here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my kind of girl.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now she's my niece, so I can't get into that. So anyway.
She should be more like your sister, being the same age and that.
Well, actually, I guess I'm going to be older than she is in 2563.
Yeah. Well,
so
but if she's 300 then, and then she ages again.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're 300 and somebody else is 600, I guess it don't matter because you're older than everybody else, aren't you?
Yeah.
At least it's not 900 like Yoda.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, that's good. What do you have any thoughts about this, Safani? About what kind of thing do you think you would like to do with her in terms of hiking or anything like that? Have fun with Alita. What would that be like for you?
I would say that a really good time fun for Alita when she was fighting against the cyborg in the Kansas battle. I think she really enjoyed that time because you can see the face of Alita when she stopped fighting and say, "Thanks, Hugo," and continues hitting another person. I think
Yeah.
she was really, really fun because she
Yeah.
enjoyed so much that kind of actions.
Yeah. I don't know, Dizzy. I don't know. Have you ever done it? Have you been in martial arts, or were you just in the military, or did you do any kind of like karate or judo or anything like that, or jujitsu? Did you do any of that kind of stuff?
When I was a kid, I tried to dabble in that part of
Yeah.
life, but it didn't work out, mate.
Yeah. Well, I know when I was in karate, Angelus could speak to this if he was on. So would Den. But when you're sparring with somebody, or particularly if you're fighting them full contact, it is a delicious thing. I'm serious. You go through that
Right. Yeah.
discipline of training. So you get to that point where you can fight somebody. I mean, not with malice. I mean, you're not trying to hurt them. You're sparring or
Right.
Isn't that the point?
well, I mean, if you're defending yourself, it is, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
if
but you're often not trying to kill people when you're sparring. It's just more
yeah,
like making sure your techniques work right.
yeah, and I know I've fought, I've sparred some pretty good folks. I mean, I wasn't a world beater when I was in karate. I mean, I got the first degree black belt, but I actually at one point sparred the World Karate Association world champ. And of course he kicked my butt, but anyway, but that was a fun thing. I mean, you get hit, and it's like, wow, that's great. That's kind of the way I felt about it when I was sparring him, even though he was beating my brains out. So if Angelus was here, I'm sure he would definitely agree with that. So, but I think Alita would like that kind of fun. I think she's a very physical, very physical type person, and I think anything that would have a lot of impact to it or something like that, I think she'd love it,
Like Materball.
Yeah. Oh, there you have it. It's like when I guess it was, which one of them was it through Adjicutiator? I can't remember if it was Scaramascus or if it was Claymore. It was one of the two of them. And you remember I guess Adjicutty kind of hit off of the screen in front of her and Hugo, and she just kind of, most people would freak out, but she was like laughing, like she is on the right there, she thought it was the best thing ever, and I'd be going, holy crap,
Wow.
So okay, what do you think about this? I think if she was your friend and somebody meant to do you harm, I think they would be in what we would call here in the States a world of shit.
Oh, I know. It's like my favorite part to watch is when Dusty Nova first gets a gun pointed at his head and then gets kicked in the groin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you were trying to hurt one of her friends, if you were her friend and somebody was trying to hurt you, I think, man, they would be in a world of hurt, is what I think. I think she would, man, she I don't know how, she'd go a long way. She may kill him even, I'm not sure. And yes, Angelus.
She said that, touch him again and I will kill you. That's very strong phrase.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. Touch him again and I will kill you. And that wasn't a threat. That was a promise, wasn't it? Yeah, I think if you were her friend, that would be her mode of operation.
What if Sapan lifted up his left arm and had a Snickers bar in his hand? What would the leader do?
I am pretty sure she would crush his wrist against the wall and just take the Snickers.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think she would. Yeah, I think she would. She would say, "No, that's no longer your Snickers. That's my Snickers." Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, You know that song "Man of Constant Sorrow"? I mean, that would be Zapan there. You know, if he killed Alita. I mean, if he killed Hugo, rather. I mean, so. What do you think, Safani? You want to say anything about this, or?
You rapping? You say again? I just wanted to say I was kind of busy. I was doing something, watch movies.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, just no, I can't talk today, guys.
all right, that's cool.
That's just chilling, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're glad to have you on board. So anyway, do you think she'd have to be a very? Do you think she'd have to be a very super good friend, or just a casual friend to be protective of you? What do you think, Alejandro?
I think she's going to protect anyone in danger. I think from the beginning of the film with a little dog that they
Yeah,
had any relation with her, the first reaction is to protect anyone that could be weak against something or someone stronger than the human being or the animal or the pet. It could be in danger. It's going to protect in a very wide sense because
yeah,
it's a very strong tendency. Of course, if someone is threatening, for instance, Dr. Ito Hugo in the case of Vector, he immediately kills him because he is the first reactions against any threat about the people who she really cares. So I think it's in the two sides. In a wide aspect, he's going to protect anything, but it's if it's a close friend or people who he loves, the protection is so strong that he's going to kill anyone.
yeah. Well, that's like Dizzy was saying. To paraphrase Dizzy, I do not stand by in the presence of evil. Of course, I guess Zapan not having a chocolate bar, he's probably safe, I guess, or else she'd kill him and take his chocolate bar from him. So,
You're not yourself when you're hungry, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Especially if it's chocolate. Yeah, exactly. But I think that whole thing about her not standing by in the presence of evil, though, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, she sees evil, and of course, she's drawn to conflict. She's going to react. Is what she's going to do. But I kind of agree with Alejandro. If it's somebody she deeply cares for, and they're threatened, I mean, she is going to use all kind of brute force against that person to the point of even killing them if they get, too threatening, or it looks like there's too much of a threat on somebody's life, especially if somebody she cares about deeply. She is going to be kind of like the irresistible force, So that's just what I think. So.
Sure. And talking about this picture, I think she didn't kill Zapan because he's a hunter warrior like her, so he respects so much this the rules of honor and the factory code and the rules of the hunter warriors. For that, it's only she stopped that because of that code of honor. But if that man would be another one, I think she would kill him in that point.
Yeah.
Is my opinion.
Yeah, I think people that don't see the movie or haven't seen the movie, and they may know who she is. They tend to think of her as like a little girl or something, you got to see the movie to understand what she is. She maybe looks like a little girl, but she's a killing machine is what she is. She will kill you, and of course she had no compunction but to slice Zapan's face off. She didn't even hesitate, did she? She just did it. So,
Yes, this is for the military training. He has
Yeah.
a mission. He has an object. He's going to do that without hesitation, like you said. Sure.
Yeah. I wonder if she got the idea, you know, Zapan was chasing Hugo all that time, and, you know, she had Hugo in the church and stuff like that. And he comes back out with his head and all that kind of. I wonder if at some point, maybe Hugo, because I know in the novelization, they were in that church all night, you know, because Shirin was you know, operating on him, you know, and the you know, Zapan and the Hunter Warriors and the Centurions were outside, you know. But I wonder if Hugo told her that Zapan framed him, you know, because it was really Zapan that killed Demetrius Polito's character, you know. Yeah, that's right, Just Fan. Little girl or killing machine, what's the difference? Yeah, you know, I know where you're coming from. But she's both, I guess. So anyway, yeah, good point. So I wonder, but if Hugo had told her, you know, Zapan framed me because he really killed the guy. I didn't kill him, you know, and now he's made it look like I killed him so he can collect the bounty and, you know, he can get back at you and all that kind of stuff, you know. You know, I mean, that would, you know, probably, I mean, since she loved Hugo so much that, you know, he's gonna, you know, she's gonna probably be vengeful, you know, too. I mean, that probably was a little bit of a bittersweetness, or when she sliced his face off, you know, she probably said, "Oh, good, I get to slice this idiot's face off," you know, for doing what he did, you know.
I think she's been wanting to do that since the barmaid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Spend
I
all
think
that
it has
money
to
on
do
your
with
face.
yes,
more like the Japan's being annoying. So, yeah.
yeah. The novelization, he's kind of how would you say, egotistical, and you know, he's always showing off and stuff like that, you know, and probably that kind of rubs her the wrong way, I guess, you know. She just doesn't like that shit, you know. And so it's like, okay, I get to take care of you now. I'm happy about that. So now in the movie, he's different, you know. He's not a big time show off like he is in the novelization. You know, he's just a brutal hunter warrior, you know, is what he is. So, and even he underestimated Alita, didn't he? In the bar.
An idiot.
Yeah, he underestimated her big time.
This is the big mistake that she said at the end of the film. Is the big mistake of Nova underestimating who he really is. That is the point.
Yeah. Okay, I think we kind of established that if you were her friend, that, well, I think if you were anybody, you know, and she saw evil being done to you and you were just a bystander, she'd know who you were, I think she would act. But if you were her friend, the amount of force that she's going to do to protect you is going to go up like tenfold, you know. And I think the person that would attack a friend of hers was taking their life in their own hands, basically, you know.
And another aspect that I think is very interesting in Alita is the commitment with the purpose of her friends, like
Yeah.
the dreams of Hugo to go to Salem, because in fact Alita accepts that maybe she's not very interested to go up, but she's going to support anyway to Hugo to go to Salem and to get her dreams to go there.
Yeah.
In any way, that commitment is a very very nice tendency of the feel of the friendship for him.
Yeah. Hello, just a fan. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you, Creaky?
Pretty good, man.
Lovely.
Just hanging out with the dudes here.
I see that.
Yeah, the dudes and our girl, as they would say. So, yeah, you know, to your point, Alejandro, you know, when she was in Hugo's apartment, You know, it looked more like a garage to me, but anyway, his apartment. But anyway, you know, she asked him how much he needed to go, you know, because Hugo told her he wanted to go to Zolom and that stuff. And he said 90K. And she said, I can make that in bounty. You know, I mean, that speaks to her willing to be giving, you know, that she's a very giving person. And now, once again, she loves Hugo. So it's one of those teenage love type things, you know, where they kind of don't factor in any common sense sometimes, you know, and that happens to even some of us old guys too, you know. But anyway,
well, that goes to your friendship thing too.
Yeah, it does.
You notice how she answers that, like, she doesn't answer that question in like a sinister manner. She's like excited, like, I can help. I have a skill that can help.
Yeah. Yeah, I can find out who's got the most bounty on their heads and take them out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's in that regard, you see that on the one hand, like you say, it is kind of illogical, but on the other hand, she's clearly weighed options and said, well, Hugo can't do it on his own. We need this quick, so this is what would work.
Yeah, that's true. You know, that is true. She did, because she did kind of.
It's an irrational kind of logic, but it's definitely, you know, we've said plenty of times, right? She wears her heart on her sleeve.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, you get somebody with those kind of skill sets, and that maybe means something a little different.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the tools at their disposal.
And you know, to Hugo's benefit, I guess, or I would say, you know. Is that, you know, when he said, well, I can't ask you to do that for me, you know, and she said, I'd do anything I had to for you, you know. So, I mean, that's just, once again, like Alejandro was saying, her commitment, you know, to the friend. And of course, I think at that point, Hugo started coming around, you know, a little bit, you know, that, oh boy, here's a chance for me to get my 90K, you know. And he said, no, I can't ask you to do that for me, you know, even he literally had her heart in his hands worth millions of credits, you know, and he decided to tell her to put it back in there, you know. Of course, in the novelization, he's kind of freaked out about it too, you know, so.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a testament to his character.
Yeah.
You have to wonder what manga Hugo would have done in that same kind of scenario, because I think maybe he might have taken the heart.
Yeah, I think he would have. Except the manga Hugo at the very end, you know, just before he fell off I think that Hugo would have been different. You know, it'd been more like movie Hugo.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think that little street urchin Hugo in the manga, I think he would, like it in the novelization, you know, Tanji says, take that shit and run.
Yeah, he took a little, exactly. Yeah, he took a little bit longer in the manga to come around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And started off a lot worse too, I think.
Yeah, he's a little shit in the manga. He definitely is.
Very much
he certainly is. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was just one of the Alita's character in general. I mean, that was just something that I was able to identify almost immediately, was just how caring and compassionate she is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see in the manga. It kind of presents, you know, two worlds. It's like, what does this mentality do if you're presented with a dire world like on Mars and that kind of an upbringing, versus what happens if you're given a fresh start in you know, that's the nature versus nurture kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
But in a lot of ways, what it is it's how does your nature respond to the different environments?
Yeah. And she really doesn't like Zapan either, does she? I mean, in the manga, you know, Zapan happens upon her and she says, "What's up, Zapan? Long time no see." Mm-hmm. Very derisively. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, holy mackerel. And she was only in a civilian body too, wasn't she? She wasn't in any high-powered body there, you know. So.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think she was just showed how much she didn't respect him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. I think that plays into it too, you know. So.
And I'm in the same boat as far as that goes. I mean, I remember watching the movie and his demeanor, just people in general who have that kind of demeanor, just you can't think of a quicker way to get on my bad side.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's like those are the people where it's like, I hate to say I hated them before I even met them, but
Yeah.
that's
And that's a good personality trait she has too. I mean, yeah, I think we all agree that if you're her friend, she is going to exert a lot of force protecting you if you're threatened. But even the fact that if you're not her friend, even if it's in her training, do not stand by in the presence of evil and being attracted to conflict, or drawn to conflict. Still, the fact that she does that, she would do that for somebody she don't even know,
Mhm.
that I think that speaks highly of her personality, who she is. I think it really does.
Well, and to that point, the whole, being drawn to conflict thing, at least the way I interpreted that was not so much that like she's inherent to cause trouble or like that kind of being drawn to conflict, but rather if there is a conflict going on, I instinctively want to get involved to try to resolve said conflict because I just feel like I need to help.
Yeah.
I may, even if you don't know how to help, that instinct to help. So then you get into the training and they just take that mentality and nurture it to a point where it is in one aspect toxic and another aspect highly beneficial.
Yeah.
It's just kind of interesting, you see that sort of thing because like you say, it's like, well, you take like the bar scene, for instance. She walks into the bar and on the one hand, yeah, she's feeling kind of cocky and all that. But at the same time, she's also walking in like with this open sentiment that says, I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Can they help me? And they just, of course, brush her off like she's nothing. It's like, well, she's done nothing to hurt anybody or wrong anybody or anything like that. Come in with a legitimate problem and offered a solution. And in both cases, they're like, no, sorry, we're not going to help you because we don't care.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just the biggest FU for no reason. And it's like, oh.
Well, all the Hunter Warriors were like that. Exactly.
Yep.
By the way, Dizzy, another one of your mates was out there. I had to block him.
Yeah, mate. He messaged me before and said he felt like he's been unfairly treated. So I told him to come back, and now you blocked him again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hell with him.
You're not giving him the benefit of the doubt, mate.
That's right. I'm not. I'm not. That's right. So anyway, I guess we all agree that Alita would be protective of her friends because we definitely agree. I think even somebody she doesn't know, if their evil was to befall them somehow, she's going to protect them too. But I think she is going to go the second mile protecting a friend that she really cares about. I think so. Yeah.
And to that point, I would say Alita's first mile is probably a normal person's about third.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's about right.
I think that to me is like one of the biggest distinctions and something that I too picked up on. Almost, I mean, it's one of those where it kind of takes one to know one, and you recognize it immediately. It's like to see somebody who cares about someone or something else that strongly, that blindly, that innately. That's not very common.
Yeah, that is.
From experience, that's not very common, and people do kind of look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, also when she was in the alley, when she went after Romo, at that point in time, she didn't know that she. I mean, this is my opinion. I don't think she knew that she had any kind of special fighting skill from Panzerkunst or anything like that.
I just think that completely.
Yeah, I think she just saw Ito's in trouble, and I gotta act, And this was a guy she only knew for like 2 days at that point, Now she had bonded with him, because he gave her he gave her oranges, he fed her, he's got a roof over her head, and that's great, But knowing somebody for 2 days and getting into a life and death struggle like that, wow.
And the same was true in the manga, if I remember correctly.
Yep, exactly.
And yeah, I
well,
mean,
even in the anime too, when
Mhm.
that Grusika, whatever his name is,
yep,
she,
whatever the heck, whatever the heck it was. But
yeah,
I mean, and same kind of idea. Like that to me is like the absolute dead giveaway of her character, that they were
Yep.
going for this person who just cares because they care. Even if she didn't have the skills, she'd still try to do whatever she could to help. Conveniently, she does have the skills, right?
Yeah. Well, Maxie often says, that after she does a couple of these things, that she has a surprised look on her face, like, good God, look what I just did.
Mhm.
And she definitely had that look on her
Exactly.
face after she pounded Romo into the dirt,
Yep.
So,
Yep. And that was an absolute dead giveaway that, she took herself by surprise.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of times I've had that same look on my face.
Yeah.
After it's like you don't even know what you're doing. You just
What
do
did you
it.
just do?
Yeah, you just do it. That's right.
You just do it, and then it's like all of a sudden you're looking around. It's like maybe I was a little too enthusiastic there.
Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I guess we've decided that we all agree that Alita would be a very protective friend. And of course, I think that, that's the two commissions that Cranberry Jam did for me. But I think Alita would be an excellent workout buddy because she is strong as hell. I think she would, she'd be a good person to spot you. You wouldn't have to worry about, like, for instance, that bench press right there. You wouldn't have to worry about that bench falling on you because, that represents, right, the 335 pounds. She could lift that with one hand.
Easily.
Easily, yeah. So, and she, I had somebody did a tweet or something, not a tweet, or it may have been a text on one of the streams about how it was funny how, I got Cran to do Alita doing powerlifting, it's funny, but anyway, because a cyborg, doesn't really have to do powerlifting. They are innately strong because of the machinery, that kind of thing, but to me, and this is of course the Creaky's thing here, but it's like, hey, my niece is going to come over and work out with me. That's great. Something like that, so Dizzy, I bet you wouldn't mind having Alita spot you if you were doing bench press, would you?
That'd be good, mate. Should be able to give you nice pep talks as well while you're struggling.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you would.
She'd be the kind of person that would fake drop it until it just about hits your chin and then hold it just to scare you.
Yeah, and then laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
I don't know if she'd do that to her Uncle Creek, though. Yeah, she might, though. I don't know.
I don't know. I got about $5 that would say she might.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think she probably would, Yeah, that's right, Angelus. Yeah, she would help out a 8,000-year-old power lifter because she knows that I'm 7,700 years older than her. Yes. So, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I think she would be kind of neat. Well, this would even go along with, just doing fun stuff with, because for me, lifting weights is fun. And the heavier, the better. That's kind of the way I like to do it. As a matter of fact, when I work out with my strength coach, I say, why don't we just put some more weight on there? Yes, but, he says, no, we've had enough for today because he's trying to get me to peak, at the right time, So,
right.
And I'm ready. I want, God, man, I want another 50 pounds on there. No, we're going to peak at the right time is what we're going to do. So, where Alita might say, okay, let's put another 100 pounds on there. And then she would do like Dizzy says, drop it, almost hit you, and then just hold it with one hand, laugh, it would be kind of funny, to her, I think, Yeah, Cran did a great job on these two pieces of work here for me, man. I mean, I am proud of those things. Both those things are framed, and they are hanging in my gym right now. So.
And do you have a shirt with the 99 number, Creek?
Yes, I do. Well, it's not purple; it's black. But I asked Cran to make it purple because that wanted to match Alita's colors. But
Okay.
yes, I do. I do have a muscle shirt that's got Alita 99 on it, just like that. Sure do.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll wear that sucker to the gym. Now, I've only had one person ask me, "What is that?" And I'd tell them, But I've had that shirt now for God, probably over a year, and I've only had one person ask me about it. Now, I do have another shirt that's another muscle shirt that has Alita Battle Angel. And it's got the poster picture on it, and I remember going back to North Carolina, and I live with my buds back there. They're good old big old strong mountain boys, and I lift weights with them, and they're some big boys, and one of them said, or both of them, but one of them said, Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, I said, yeah. And my other friend, the one that could bench press 615 pounds, he said, oh yeah, that was a great movie. I went, wow, okay. I was pleasantly surprised, that they knew what that was and that they enjoyed the movie, So.
Nice present.
Yeah, Angelus, I may have to get Cran to do that for me. She's not taking any. Cran, if you're listening to this, you watch out, girl, because I might want you to do another commission for me of Alita doing squats. So of course squats are a little bit different because that's kind of a two motion thing. You'd have to have two pictures, but I think Cran would probably. She'd probably shoot me if I tried to give her a commission now. So, so what do you think, Justifan? Do you do any exercises or working out like this, or?
I've been getting back into working out. I hurt my back about a year and a half ago. Just doing stupid. I was doing a shoulder workout and I got new bands and I thought I'm going to just start out, whatever. And
yeah,
I had way too much tension on there and it was fine for like the first two like reps. And then like on the third or fourth rep, it's like, oh, it's building up. And then it felt like a rubber band going.
Oh God, man. That's
pretty much my entire back.
Yeah, hello, Alita Army out there. That's Turlo Dorman. I love his videos. I mean, he really does a good job on those. Yeah, were you trying to go too heavy with that band or too much resistance or what? Because me, I don't ever go real heavy on a band unless I'm doing something like tricep push downs or something like that.
What I was doing was I don't have real strong shoulders. Or back muscles in general. So I was trying to slowly but surely isolate them and then train them specifically because I knew that there were I could see, like in the mirror and whatnot, I could see the muscles that were compensating. And so it's like, I want to train the muscles that aren't getting worked.
Yeah.
And little too ambitious. So then
a little too much resistance on that.
That was a solid year basically of rehab and stretching and that. Thankfully I didn't tear anything.
Yeah.
But it was still enough to where it's like you wake up in the morning and you can't even you're stuck hunched over.
Yeah.
But back at it now, so.
Oh, that's good.
But.
Yeah, I know Dizzy lifts weights. I know when I go to Australia, I go down there to Tassie. Dizzy and I are going to lift some weights. That'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Sounds like mate. Time.
Then we'll go out and have after, mate.
You took the words out of my mouth, pal. You took the words right out of my mouth. We'll go and have a stubby.
Maybe we'll have one while we're working out, mate. Courage in a can.
Maybe
so. Chaos, do you do any lifting or do you any?
I've got some. It's really basic things like dumbbells and push-up stands. I'm trying to figure out something. Apparently there's going to be another little guy in the family, so that's going on too.
Yeah. That takes up your time, doesn't it?
I already have one. I'm trying to, push him and urge him to just let's go play outside a bit more.
Yeah. How old is he there, Chaos?
Oh, 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's an arm load. Yeah. How about you, Alejandro? Do you do any exercises or any working out?
Oh yes, in fact every night I practice in my treadmill
Okay.
for 1.5 hours, and the weekends I play tennis.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sure, very nice. I play with my girlfriend.
Oh,
Very,
cool.
very hard, very hard match, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of fans
Oh,
fighting against
nice.
each other. Sure,
Yeah, tennis is a
so
great game. Yeah, I used to play
wonderful game.
tennis. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
a very
fun.
good exercise,
Yeah,
and it's very nice to practice the sport with a girl. In that case, with my girlfriend,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that if Alita say to any one of us that we could be a team, like she
yeah,
offers to Dr. Ido,
yeah.
we would like to be grateful to have at this companion, like a workout
Or-
girl to work with. That would be great.
Well, you could, in other words, and two, if you all play doubles, you could just serve and let her play the net all the time. she, she's so fast, nobody'd be able to hit anything by her. So that would be cool. Safani, do you do any exercise or you do any workouts at all?
Because I was exercising and was doing push-ups and
Oh yeah,
doing because I always ride bicycle.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah,
good exercise. Yeah, I got a
yeah,
stationary bike here too in my gym. Yeah, it's good.
yeah, yeah. That's good for me. That's a good picture Creek.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the both of
thanks.
them, both of them is good. I like that drawing. It's cool. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Well, I know
And
one thing. Oh, go ahead.
because I like your shirt. This purple shirt, 99. Is good.
Okay.
That's a nice shirt, Creek.
Okay. Cool.
I would take that.
Thanks.
I take that picture, Craig. That's mine now.
Yeah, I think that is a good picture. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Fran
okay.
she did a great job on both of those pictures. And she put up with me telling her to do this, do that. Although I try not to do that too much to her, because I mean it's, she told Angelus and I both that we were really good commissioners. She didn't have any trouble with us, but she has had some rough ones, I think. So. Yeah, Alejandro, you'd have to worry about Alita if she was playing tennis with your girlfriend. She'd get jealous, and then you wouldn't want to go that direction. I don't think.
Yes, sure, a little bit, because this is the only opportunity to enjoy this live stream, because in Saturday it's very hard, because I got a girlfriend that is more violent that Alita. It's very dangerous. So
Okay.
I have to check that episodes in another day, because the Saturday is impossible for me. The first stage is always hair, so I have my hands tied. I can't do anything else.
Okay. Well, then, I guess we've all agreed that Alita would be an excellent workout buddy or excellent workout partner. She definitely would. I mean, from a weightlifting standpoint, and she's so strong, she'd be perfect to do for her to spot you. Now, if she was going to do something like if she was doing the bench press, that'd probably be like 1,000 pounds, and I could not spot her if she was doing 1,000 pounds, because I know I had a friend once that I spotted him when he did 605, but it took 4 of us to spot him, because that's pretty heavy. So one person can't spot somebody who's doing 600 pounds. So
That's a little more than pretty heavy.
yeah, that's pretty heavy. That's more than pretty heavy. Yeah, but I was there. He lifted 605. What is that? Dizzy, I don't know what that is in kilograms. 2.2 times 600. What is that? That's
I don't know, mate. It's
1,200.
too much maths for me, mate.
Yeah,
It's like
1,300.
We'll just say it's fucking heavy, man.
little over
1,300
that's like
pounds.
280 kilograms, something like that.
So, yeah, something like that.
250, 280, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because that on the left there, that's where she's doing the deadlift. That's 640 kilograms right there, which is 1,350 pounds about. So, and she's not even straining.
Is that all?
Yeah, and then look at her spotting me. You know, look how her hands are. I mean, it's like she's just daintily touching the bar.
She ain't
like,
straining,
you know,
man, but the bar is.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I think we agree that she'd be super to work out with. Now, here she is at Creaky's bar right here. My niece came to visit me, and yeah, she's fun to hang out with. There's no doubt about it. But boy, she wasn't too happy I didn't have any chocolate milk. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, she would be fun to hang out with, I think, wouldn't she? Especially, you know, if she's going to play music, like she did in the manga. She played keyboards and sang. And did she play the guitar also?
Harmonica.
Harmonica, that's right. Yeah, she played the harmonica. Yeah.
It's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, harmonica and like a keyboard of some kind.
Yeah, she had like one of those keyboards.
XL synthesizer.
Yeah, it's a synthesizer. It had several keyboards.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about cyborgs drinking liquor. I don't know about that, or say beer.
The brain is technically still vulnerable, and although your liver is replaceable, you kind of need to take quick action if you somehow damage the cyber liver, or else it'll start damaging your heart.
Well, I think in her case, though, in that berserker body or in her Imaginos body, I think those nanobots are going to
I think she'd be able to drink as much as she wants, whether cyborg or not. I would think the brain would be completely isolated from any ill effects of alcohol.
Well, in most basic cyborgs, the brain is not. You can still poison one because it's still connected to the bloodstream.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good point.
Or heart's blood, anyway. Oh, by the way, old Vladdy said that he needs Alita to whip his lazy ass into shape. Well, Vladdy, maybe we at some point the Alita Army we ought to have maybe a live stream on doing exercises. I don't know. You know, I think we talked
only if
about
you're
that.
running it, Creaky. Make sure you got your headband on and your mullet flapping.
Well, I don't have a mullet, Dizzy. So that's going to take me a while to grow that thing back.
I'll wait.
That's nice. It's got brown in it. It's got brown. See? Definitely has some brown in it.
Epic.
And it's getting a little thinner up there than I like. But definitely I got some brown hair up there.
They make wigs now, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I could shave my head and put that on there, right? Yeah. So anyway, Alita, she's not happy with her Uncle Creek. They're not having that chocolate milk. You know, I had to promise her I'd get some next time she came over, or else she said she'd rip off my arm and beat me with a wet end. So, you know, there you go. Yeah. So what do you think, Alejandro? She'd be a lot of fun to hang out with, I guess, right?
Sure. I think she can enjoy some drinks with an uncle like you or a friend, and talking and laughing so much for many things. And in fact, Japan invites her to drinks in the Kansas bar, like sexual harassment, and that is the reaction of Hugo against him. So I think the cyborgs enjoy the liquors, enjoy the alcohol, and maybe one of the guys said maybe the the cyber body can neutralize or maybe to block some drunken feelings or some drunken status. But I think the cyborgs enjoy the liquor so much.
Yeah.
In fact, they are in the Kansas bar.
Well, you know, in the novelization, I think you mentioned this, but in the novelization, particularly, Japan he did ask to buy her a drink, didn't he? So, that's, so I guess cyborgs do drink, I guess, drink liquor, so I guess that's the
Yeah,
way
and
that
McTeague,
goes.
I know McTeague had a glass of whiskey next to him.
Yeah,
on the
he did.
table. I'm almost
Yeah,
positive of that.
Yeah, but now he's not a TR though, is he? I think he just his arms.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he a TR?
I'm
Okay.
almost positive he even says in an interview that it's just his head or just his face.
Okay. So he is a
I
TR.
swear
There's also the Alita's World special features. That's the Pan narrating it about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Vladi wants to set up a training camp in the hills of Afghanistan, I'm not sure about that one, Vladi. That's yeah, I don't know about that one. I will say one thing about Alita too, though. Do you see her? I bet she would be fun to take to a sports bar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like where they're playing, especially if they were playing motorball at sports bars, she'd love that. But I bet she could go for something like football, or or baseball even. Well, baseball's pretty slow. I mean, I like baseball, but it's kind of slow.
Yeah, but you can eat while you play.
Yeah, that's right. And get her all the chocolate you can get her, And we lost Diz. So anyway, I was going to
Seems like
ask
she'd be pretty good at baseball.
I think so. I was going to ask Diz about if she would like cricket or not, because I know Dizzy likes cricket. So I don't know, Vladia, you might like cricket too. I'm not sure, but
Or maybe American football.
yeah, American football.
Similar to motorball.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, when I said football, I meant American football. Up here in the States, we're backward with you guys. We call it soccer, whereas y'all call it football. So, but I like that too. I like soccer too. I particularly like watching the World Cup. I kind of like that. Especially you get down to the last 8 teams. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think.
There are some girls in the United States now that they have a very powerful team of soccer play because they have win some competitions, right?
Yeah.
So I think American people is working in that sport because.
We do.
Sure.
Yeah, we have a professional football league soccer. We call it soccer, but we do got we have what we call Major League Soccer. It's professionals. Now, I don't think they're quite as good as say, the World Cup teams that play. Although I think America did make it to the quarterfinals one year. I think the women's team does real well.
Yeah, they've been world champions multiple times.
Yeah, so they're
right.
they're pretty good, And I bet Alita would also like to watch women's professional basketball. I bet she'd like that, Although I only remember seeing
softball, maybe softball.
Yeah, she might like softball. Yeah, particularly
also hockey, maybe. Hockey.
Yeah,
player.
hockey. Yeah, I think she would like hockey.
Hockey, ice skating.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think she'd like hockey,
Went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah, that's right. You ever seen that movie, Slap Shot?
Oh, I've seen that 1-2 times.
Yeah, that thing is hilarious. The hockey matches all turn into brawls, Yeah, Vladi said his dad tried to get him to play cricket, and it's so boring. He said, "Nah, I'll just play my Game Boy." You sound like my oldest son, Vladi, or my youngest son, or stepson. So, and also Alejandro, you got a fan out there, man. So, yeah, he says he's going to listen to that Lady Gaga song. I don't know, is Lady Gaga one of your favorite singers?
I think.
I don't know. Is there anything called a singer's crush?
Yeah, it could be.
Because I'm kind of stuck listening to Gladys Knight songs after listening to License to Kill, which I'm making a music video of later.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is something to do the same thing at nighttime. I'll just fall asleep.
Yeah. Okay, I think we would agree that Alita would be fun to hang out with for sure. And one of these days, once we get past all this snowing and all this stuff, I'm going to invite Lee Lemon and Alita Rave and I guess Do Not Stand By, and we'll have a drink and we'll stream it, from the Denver branch of the Kansas bar. That'd be pretty cool. And I'm going to enclose that in the back. See, this is nothing more than that smoked glass back there. You see that where the bottles are? I'm going to enclose that because it kind of overpowers the rest of the bar sometimes. Okay. Alita is unpredictable. Now, I had mixed feelings about this. I don't know how unpredictable she is. I think she has her moments, but I'm not sure it's unpredictable. What do you think, Just Fan? Is she unpredictable, or she just has her moments? What's your take on that?
To me, I would say she's impulsive, but
Okay.
I don't think anything she does is unpredictable. Like, there's nothing in the film or in the manga where I'm reading it and like, would I respond that if I was in her shoes, how would I respond? And the answer was yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every single time. It's like, you look at, okay, so you start at the beginning, right? And it's like she's coming down. It's interesting when you compare like this film to like Jason Bourne, the Bourne Identity. They both kind of start out the same, right? Like Jason Bourne's floating in the ocean, he's rescued, and then he wakes up and he darn near kills the guy.
Yeah.
Alita wakes up and it's like, there's been a question raised, what if Yoko would have woken up? But Alita wakes up and she walks down the stairs and it's all kind of innocent.
Well, she is a little apprehensive, isn't she? Because she's kind of hiding.
She's very cautious and concerning.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of interesting. It's like, yeah, that's about how I would have responded. But then you go to like the Motorball Street, thing, and it's like she's just there. She wants to play a game. She wants to have fun. She's apprehensive. And because, like we say, we know it's clear she doesn't know she has the skill she has.
Yeah.
And then Tanji just knocks her to the ground, and it's like, and everybody's like, that was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm not about to let somebody get away with that. Now, again, we know she doesn't know what she's about to do. But nevertheless, she has it in her mindset that she's going to do something, even if it's just shove them and walk away.
Yeah.
And it's like, then all of a sudden she flips them backwards and on the ground and all that. And it's like, but, I watch all those mindsets and everything else, and it's like, I can just.
Yeah.
I see it coming a mile away because it's exactly how I would have reacted.
Yeah. Chaos, do you think she's impulsive? Because I think Just Fan's on the right track there, because unpredictable was something I had reservations about putting there.
Extremely emotional and impulsive, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with y'all. I don't think she's unpredictable. I think she's just impulsive, And she is emotional. Yeah, that's right. Alejandro, what do you think?
Well, I would say that she got the art of the improvisation. In any unpredictable situation, she can get a very good solution. For instance, in the case of the first fight with the cyborgs, she developed a surprising movement so fast and so strong. And in the scene with the berserker body, with so powerful body, with so much energy, with so much possibility to do anything, maybe she can destroy all the clinic for only one punch. She started doing a very nice ballet movement.
Yeah.
So it's amazing the possibilities that he can do for many different situations that she adapts very quickly to that scenario and can have a very different responses in order to get the best position in that way. I think that kind of improvisation art that she managed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite, segments in that movie is when, when, Ito's, laying there asleep on the couch because he and Gerhard had been going through all that time to, connect her up to that berserker body, I guess in novelization it was like 36 hours or something like that. But anyway, how she kind of comes up to him, kisses him on the cheek, and then goes through all that ballet-like stuff like she's doing on the right there, and then comes and sits beside him and lays her head on his side. I went, yeah, he was worried, that she was going to turn into a monster once he put her into that body, but it didn't turn out like that at all, did it? So.
I know there is another theme very interesting about the unpredictable matter that you are telling us. That the way that she enters to the Vector's office, breaking the window from the top to down.
Yeah,
was very surprising, and it's in opposite to the way that the Grewinska goes in the children's bedroom, going from the down to the top, breaking the glass too. So that movement is very surprising. The way that she resolved the way to get right way get Vector in his office.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember when I saw that scene when she came through that skylight, and she landed the way she did. I thought made me think of Deadpool, because he would, when I guess when Angel Dust jumped down after him, and I guess Negasonic Teenage Warrior and oh gosh, the big silver guy, I can't remember his name now, but
it's Peter Rasputin, aka Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus, that's right.
And I also remember he got punched in the and it hurt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But anyway, I remember old Deadpool was saying superhero landing. I thought of that when just the way she landed, a superhero landing, Oh boy. So I think we all agree, Safani, I guess you don't think she's unpredictable either, do you?
I know. Anything's not showing. I don't know. She's not unpredictable. I can't guess.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you guys. She's not unpredictable. She
Not
is
really,
impulsive.
guys.
Yeah. Impulsive is not unpredictable, is it? Okay.
Nope, I think impulsive is a good way to put it. And, when you put that in conjunction, like we've said a bunch of times, with the caring and loving, compassionate. And
well, the whole thing is too.
All that anxiety driven.
Yeah.
Just reaction. I mean, that makes for a very interesting interaction.
Well, it's like when Grewishka, jumped through the floor, down there to get down to the underworld, and she jumped in there after him. That was very impulsive right there. Now she was,
but she hesitated.
Yeah, she did, but it was like one of those things. I was, that I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and that was her reaction.
Yep.
But she still kind of, she did kind of hesitate. She actually looked up.
You could see the gear. You could see the gears turning in her eyes. You could see she's like thinking every step ahead. It's like, well, if I don't do this, nobody else is going to.
Yeah.
And down she goes, and then of course once she's down there ain't no going back.
Yeah, and then when she propelled herself toward him, against the wall. Now that was impulsive. That was extremely impulsive. Because she was holding her own against him. Now he cut her leg, I guess, but she was holding her own against him. Kind of dodging around him. And getting inside his defenses, and then fighting him that way. But yeah, she decided, I guess, I'm going to get to him as fast as I can, so I'm going to do that outer thrust thing. And
yeah, I took that as she let her anxiety kind of get the better of her in that regard, in that it made her almost get to the point where it's like there's no way out, when in reality there probably was.
Yeah.
So then, in that regard, you drive the irrationality, but
Yeah.
yeah, all very well done.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I think she is impulsive, but not unpredictable. I think we all agree on that one. Or she can be impulsive. She's not always impulsive. You know, she
No,
definitely.
sometimes she's eating a chocolate bar.
Yeah, that's not too impulsive, is it? I wonder if she'd like one of Creaky's protein bars. I'm not sure she'd like those. Unless it was chocolate, I guess. Okay. Now, yeah, I think she is sensitive. I do think that, you know. I mean, you know, she cared for that little dog. She cared for Ito, certainly cared for Hugo, you know. So yeah, I think she's pretty sensitive. What do y'all think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did you ever? This is somewhat of a tangent, but a good visual representation. Did you ever watch the show Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
There's a character at the very end, who is like this completely frail, innocent little girl who harbors within her this spirit of a dragon. So she literally like levels a town
Oh.
because these people tried to hurt the friend, this just random friend who saved her from what they were in ancient Egypt, so it was a slave trade. But like she goes from this innocent, frail little girl to this like, oh my goodness, you're the most powerful being this world has ever seen.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's very much like Alita, isn't it?
So yeah, it's just the parallel was there.
Yeah. Well, it's like when Alita was doing that, what she thought was a second league tryout turned out to be murder ball, as it was called in the novelization. But you know, those other cyborgs didn't realize just how outclassed they were. You know, when her in that berserker body, you know, that I mean, they might have got her if she'd been in the doll body, but you know, not in that berserker body. I mean, they were definitely outclassed. You know, I think. So what do you want? What do you think, Chaos? Is she sensitive or what?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. What do you think, Alejandro? Do you think she's sensitive?
Yes, absolutely. Not only in this scene that she's remembering Hugo, but the way she expressed his pain when she looks the little dog that is dead by Grewinski in the Kansas bar.
Yeah.
His reaction was very emotive, very very strong because the emotion is so it goes so fast, going from her hair to the actions, and I think it's um, a very good example how the sensitivity for the weak, for the person
Yeah.
that is killed for bad persons, he can get that feeling, and I think apart from the sensitivity is the reflections of the feelings that Alita has. I
Yeah.
remember the scene where she's going for Hugo that he's climbing to Iron City, and she expressed her feelings, telling to him, "We don't belong anywhere except together." I think it's a
Yeah.
very deep thought about the sensitivity and how he expressed that, not only emotion but in the words too. I think.
Yeah, I agree with Ash Blackwin. Although Ash, I would say in her berserker body, you know, because she did look like she matured to me. I think I do think she's still a little immature, but I think she was more like in her early 20s, you know, in her berserker body, you know. But I do think in her doll body, she's very much a teenager, you know, for sure, you know. So
I don't even know that I would say that. I would say it's not so much that she matured, she just gained exposure to the world. I would have said she was always, I saw enough, at least during the movie, to say that she was always that way.
Okay.
Or
Or
it's just
maybe she,
interesting because, like, in the beginning, like, she's naive because she
Yeah.
doesn't know anything about the world.
yeah, that's right.
But
So
once
in other
she
words,
gained,
you're
as she
saying she
gained,
like remembered it, right?
in a sense,
Yeah.
yeah. In a lot of ways, it's like she's naive because she doesn't know anything. But once she kind of figures out the world,
Yeah.
it's because, like, the great comparison, right, is Hugo. You know, if we assume Hugo is 21-ish, 1921, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's like at first she almost looks like she's younger than him,
Yeah.
but kind of not. And
Well,
then by the end, she gets, like, I'll say, street smart.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clear, definitely by the end, like you say, like, it's clear she's older than Hugo.
Yeah. Well, I do think that body, though, the Berserker body, does something to her, and it could be the nanobots. They're probably hooked up into a network or something in her body, and it's like some of her memories have triggered some different reactions to them or something. But what I do think is, like Gerhard said, it looks like she's a little older than you thought. You know? So I think that Berserker body did have a little bit of a, kind of an influence on that. And maybe it also helped her remember some too, because she remembers.
I think a lot of the influence was more if you've ever had that feeling of this is home, this is where I belong, after being somewhere where you truly did not feel like you fit in.
Yeah.
And then you could, in a sense, come out of your shell.
Yeah.
That, I think, to me was how I took the Berserker body, was that it's like this whole time she feels like, because she is quite literally, right, walking around in a wrong body of sorts that does not in any way reflect her.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it's like all of a sudden it's like putting on that old reliable t-shirt or pair of shoes or whatever, right? And it just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
and you feel comfortable in them, right?
it's like you can breathe for the first time, even though, it's like nothing's changed in that regard. But it's like, that to me was I guess that's how I took it. But I see your point.
Yeah, I think Nordley had a comment here that there was one of those I guess extras there in the DVD where they the whole thing about the fall and all that stuff about her being 17, but I think what I remember that is that she was put in the body when she was 17.
Yes, so
but
she was.
I think it was a time frame from there to when she got to Earth. I think it could have been as much as a year or more. It could have been 2 years.
I would have said it was at least 2, if not even 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Just looking at the snapshots of, like, her training and how things progressed.
Yeah.
And trying to at least somewhat gauge her age or maturity.
Yeah, Maxie thinks she's 19 is what Maxie thinks.
Yeah.
I tend to think
Ito's daughter was 13 when she was murdered, but that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So if his daughter didn't die, she'd be 19.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No. I would have said at least 19.
Yeah, I think though she was older than that though, because to me, I think she's
too.
like in her early 20s. Is what
I
think.
do too. I think at the end of the film, it's somewhat obvious that assuming that Hugo is, and my gauge is, would they really show somebody who was blatantly not 21 drinking, willingly drinking? I don't know that they would, but it's a movie; they can do whatever, right?
Who knows if they even do it? I mean, in the state where I'm living, it was the purchasing age was 18 until 1974 in Ohio.
Yep. That was
changes.
I grew up in Ohio too.
Cool.
Cincinnati.
High five.
Absolutely.
You either one of you around Columbus? Because I remember there used to be a sports bar I liked to go in there called Damon's. I don't know if you remember that or not. Chaos, if you ever was ever there. It was one of my favorite sports bars. But,
I'll take a look for that. I've
yeah,
mostly just been in Cleveland and Mentor, and or
yeah.
visiting my parents in Central PA. So I'll
Oh,
try. I'll
and
take a look.
Angela says, "Hey, you can drink in Australia when you're 18." No, that's interesting.
And like I said, it was in Ohio that until like the 70s was 18.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, check
I'm
that
guessing
out.
a lot of states would be that way because until they change it somehow.
Probably, but yeah, check that out, Chaos, because it definitely there was that my favorite sports bar in Columbus, Ohio, was Damon's.
Oh wait, I'm looking right now. Damon's Sports Bar and Grill.
Yeah,
That's it. Okay, cool.
yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so I think we all agree. What do you think, Alejandro? I think you said she was sensitive, so
Yes, sure. She's sensitivity, but the way that she expressed that sensitivity is different from the beginning, like a teenage girl. Even when she has a teenage brain too,
yeah,
like Dr. Ito said, but in the way that she expressed that feelings, for the phrases, for the actions, for the
yeah,
attitude, she's getting a maturity very strong in a very few days.
yeah,
It's very strong, this change from the beginning of the film to the end. I think she's growing in the way she expressed that sensitivity, with the change of body, with the situation that she lives, and the way she encouraged the death of Hugo and the future, and the mission that is in the middle, because they have so many things that you have to consider. So I think that sensitivity is changing during the film, and she's going to express a very deep thought about how a female encourage the world in this scenario, I think.
yeah. I would say though, well, I mean, I agree with you, but I would say she very much had a teenage brain in the doll body, but I think when she got that berserker body, things changed for her because if you remember, certainly Gerhard saying it looks like she's a little older than you thought. Plus, when she jumped down there, if she's going over the rooftops looking for Hugo, and she jumps down there and Hugo says, "Wow, you look different. You got, and some berserker body and all that stuff." And she said, "Yeah, it feels more me." so,
Yes, sure.
so I think she was starting to realize at that point, that doll body, that wasn't her, I mean, and now she's got that berserker body and it's like she's got this, kind of additional mental, or at least starting to remember some things, that she couldn't in the doll body. Anyway, that's just my
Yes,
opinion.
it's a good match in the berserker body with her real mind, I think.
Yeah, I think
She
so.
finds
Yeah,
herself in that way.
yeah,
She gets the real dimension of herself, like a woman, with the combination of the very strong sensitivity bit for a adult woman with the berserker body, and change the mind and the ideas and the way to express these feelings.
Dan and I have talked about this sometimes too, that one of the things that we both like about her, because she is really powerful. She, in terms of just her power. Now, I've said many times, she's not a superhero, but she has superhero level power, and abilities. But what I like about her is it's like she's a real person. She's I mean, you see her there, she's crying. But you see superhero movies, I mean, you might see somewhat of an expression of, like, Captain America, at the end of Infinity War, he said, "Oh God," like that, but he didn't cry, and some of these other folks are not crying, but to me, it's like it makes her more human to me, So anyway,
Sure. And lovely. Sure.
yeah. Okay, so I guess we all agree that she is sensitive. Yep. This is for Angelus and I right here. Right, Angelus out there in the chat? She has definitely got that uwu going for her, doesn't she? So she is cute, so yeah, if she was your friend, it'd be nice to have a cute friend, I guess, Yeah, there you go, Angelus. Yeah, he knows. The old Zapan thought she had that uwu going when she walked into the Kansas bar. He thought he was going, well, I'm going to go hit on her, and make her give up Meat Boy over there, let me buy you a drink, So, yeah, he thought she had that uwu factor at that point. Now, I think after she beats the crap out of him, and he doesn't think that, So,
And have you thought about the drink that you're going to offer to Alita in your Kansas bar?
You mean on tomorrow's stream, you mean?
No, yes, sure. If you have the possibility to invite
you mean, I
Alita in
see.
your Kansas bar, what drink did you offer her?
Well, it was chocolate. Well, I didn't offer it to her. I mean, and this is, of course, just a, kind of like a pretend thing, but, I said she's not too pleased that I didn't have any chocolate milk. Now, you know what I could have gave her? Kahlua. Kahlua is a chocolate liqueur, so maybe she would like Kahlua. I don't know, because it is chocolate, or a chocolate liqueur anyway. Boy, that's sensitive.
Right.
I'm on the wrong slide.
Her favorite food is chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, she probably would like Kahlua, I think. What do you think, Justin? Do you think she might go for Kahlua? Or are you there? I think Justin may have stepped away. What do you think, Chaos? Do you think she'd go for Kahlua? I think Chaos may have stepped away too, huh?
Seems to be.
Yeah. Safani, I guess you know what Kahlua is, right? I mean, do you think she'd go for that?
Yes, I did. Kahlua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she'd go for a chocolate drink like that,
Chocolate milk and chocolate milkshake, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think with her too, there's
Kahlua.
another drink you can get that's normally vanilla, but it's called a Sambuca milkshake, or maybe there's another one called a Bushwhacker, And I think if you made that a chocolate drink, she'd drink that, I think for sure. So make, a chocolate Bushwhacker, or a chocolate Sambuca milkshake, I guess she'd go for it, So.
I'd take her for a chocolate milkshake.
Oh, absolutely. Well, she's my niece. I would take her for a chocolate milkshake. So anyway, there you go, Angelus. There she is. That's her uwu going,
Yeah, she would need us, everybody.
Yeah. That's one thing too about the movie that I really thought was really interesting about, how she looks like a cute little girl, but boy, she is one badass, isn't she? Man, she could. I mean, when she whipped those three cyborgs in the alley, I went, "Holy crap!" I mean, I was kind of not expecting that, Okay. And we know this is true, don't we? Yeah, Alita does love the Elite Army, and then that's us, folks. We're going to get her that sequel too.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure I can get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great when they get that sequel. Hell, I might even have a chocolate milkshake or a chocolate Sambuca milkshake. Okay, let's see what Ash Blackwind says he likes. He likes mixing up cream liqueur with chocolate.
Oh, Hershey, I know
Bailey's.
that
Yeah, Bailey's is real good.
one.
Yeah,
I know
Bailey's.
Hershey and Bailey, that's it.
Yeah.
I know the Starbucks coffee if you want to do that.
I don't know if Alita would like coffee liqueur or not. Maybe she would. I don't know.
There was chocolate coffee too.
Well, there is. Yeah, there is a chocolate coffee, isn't there? Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about
Or
coffee.
mocha. I think it's called mocha, isn't it?
Oh, I like mocha too.
Yeah. Yep.
Or frappuccino.
Oh, I think we lost Chaos, and there he is again. I think Chaos. I think.
Yes, it's me.
Yeah, you had two. At one point, you had two incidences, and there were instances.
Somehow the connection stopped. That's why.
Since I had to plug in my battery, it came up. It's gonna die. It's gonna die.
Yeah. So anyway, we know our girl loves the Elite Army, and that's a cool thing. Okay. All right, guys. Did we miss anything? I mean,
I think I about covered it.
I think so. I think Alita loves her Uncle Creek too. I think that. And I mean, I better have chocolate milk next time though. So.
Miss going đi go fishing, spend time go fishing với her. I take him go fishing, fishing and boating.
Fishing. Oh,
Yeah.
You mean that's for tomorrow? Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
that's a meal. Yeah, she might like fishing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know though. She don't strike me as somebody that like fishing. I don't know. What do you think, Chaos? You think Alita would go for fishing?
Maybe. I don't
think
like
she'd be a
being out
good
in the water.
I think she'd be a good outdoorsy girl.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, she.
No, kicking away, guys.
Well, the character Chaos wouldn't like it. I mean, I do like swimming though, but he's kind of like David from Unbreakable. He'll just sink in the water.
Yeah.
He's also like
Get her a
David
good life
because
vest.
yeah.
What's that, Just Fan?
Get her a good life vest. Then she'll float.
Okay.
But she didn't hesitate to jump in the water to get in that warship, did she?
No, drowning
Right.
didn't seem to affect her much.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Hugo said, "How long do you think she can hold her breath?" My guess would be probably an hour. That would be my guess. But anyway, okay. Well, there's our girl right there. This is not a girl. This is our queen, actually. Rosa is she's number one in the Creeks book in terms of being an actor. She really pulled off Alita great. I mean, that's my celebrity crush right there. So she's real good, no doubt about it. That's, I guess, Angelus and I both, Yeah. Oh, Angelus says, yeah, now he feels like drinking chocolate milk. So yeah, that's good. So anyway, yeah, Rosa's great. I mean, I don't know if any of you have watched Undone. I bet everybody on the stream has watched Undone, but I watched it a couple of weeks ago. I finished it up finally. Man, that series is great. I really like it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's really entertaining. Had a really great story behind it.
Yes, sure.
So
And
yeah.
you can check that in the case of Alita and Alma, with the same, her names start with the A letter.
Yeah, it ends with an A.
Right.
That's
sure.
it. Starts with A
And
and ends with an A.
Alma is an Spanish name,
Oh,
Alma.
Alma. Yeah, Alma is. Yeah.
Yes, the Alma is translation of soul. So
Yeah.
in fact, she is a soul, and in the same characters, in Alita and Alma, she loves the truth. She doesn't like the life. You can check the in the both characters the same tendency, always to check the real truth, to check what is the history behind the things, and to looking for what is the situation that she's got the knowledge that something is behind. So I think some elements similar in the same characters in Alma and Alita. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed that series a lot. It was a lot of fun. Great story too. And I like the way they ended it too. Where Alma's. I don't want to give it too much away, but how they ended it. With you didn't know.
It was very well done.
Yes, it was. How they ended that thing where, you kind of go back and forth whether or not she's, Maxie and I talked about whether she's a time traveler, whether she's an interdimensional being, or whether she's just schizophrenic or whatever, and then that last scene, with that surprised look on her face at the very end, at that, I guess it was a Mayan temple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And they're like, it's
Or
like
it's
her
gonna
eyes
be
are like, holy crap, it's happening, and then they cut away. I love that. That was
Or
great.
it's going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean world where magic and all that good fun stuff is real.
Yeah.
And she's not crazy at all.
Yeah. Well, they thought she was crazy. Take your meds, Nah, she's not crazy. I never thought she was crazy. And that they thought she was crazy, though. Yeah, if I'd had to go out of town this week down in Dallas, Texas, I was going to jump down to Austin just to see her at that conference, but they canceled my trip, so I didn't go. So anyway,
what day is the Creek? What day is the conference?
Well, it was she's going to be in Austin tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's going to be at the convention center, and she's going to sit on a panel, I guess, with the other actors, I think, and talk about the second season of Undone. So they're going to do another season, and that's going to be great, man. I'm going to watch that one too.
Absolutely.
But I was going to go down there. I was, because it would just have been an easy trip, to go from Dallas to Austin, and then back to Denver, and then just fly back on Sunday morning, But that didn't happen. So.
That would be great to
find
this in real. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, Rose is great in my book, man. She is great. So anyway, well, tomorrow on the Radio Chaos stream, the Creek's going to be the stream manager on this one too. And I'm also going to be the screen manager. But what the topic is for tomorrow is if you're going to take Alita out to dinner, what's going to be on the menu? In other words, what kind of food are you going to want her to, you want to impress her with or something like that, If it's a date or you're just taking out like a daughter or something like that, you're going to have to give her something she likes, in terms of food. And of course, chocolate is the obvious answer for dessert, there's no doubt about it, but
chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, chocolate ice cream. Absolutely. I bet she'd go for that,
Yeah, she's my date now. You think she's my girlfriend now.
Uh-oh. You want to do that, that girlfriend's going to get jealous, and that's going to be a big problem.
Don't tell her jealous. He's not here. He's a ghost.
So anyway, dinner out with Alita, what's on the menu? That's going to be tomorrow on Radio Chaos. That's going to be a lot of fun, and Maxie, I think, is going to be the host on that. If I'm not mistaken, because I think Angelus is still going to be he's still working, although I think he is still doing the news. Is that right, Angelus? So he's probably working now, so. Okay, so hopefully you can join us on Radio Chaos. And I guess, as we do every week, why is this image here? Well, this image is here because the Creek likes it. He's running the stream. So, that's the way that works. And by the way, you see the little character in the lower right corner there? That guy's name is Tecumseh. That used to be my PFP, I've switched since then. But, a very famous American Indian warrior, in case you're interested in reading up on that. But anyway, it's here because I like it. And just to paraphrase Gruwishka, I am only here for our girl. And, of course, the entire Alita army is only here for our girl. So, and, and the Alita army. That's why we're here. Okay, any last thoughts, guys? Anything you might want to, any last ideas there, Alejandro?
I think we have covered many different aspects of this human attitude of Alita that you bring us today. I think is a very nice dimension of her character. So it was a very good theme, I think.
Yeah, I
Great.
think so. How about it, Stefani? You got any last thoughts?
I'm good.
Okay. Just a fan, any last ideas there or thoughts?
Nope, I think we covered it pretty well.
Okay. So anyway, so we'll do our call to action here, and that's going to be on my count of 3. Of course, the call to action is film those sequels, baby. And if you want to see my newest video that I just uploaded, it's going to come out tomorrow. That's going to be at the end of that video too. So anyway, on my count of 3, let's do the call to action. 1, 2, 3. Film those sequels, baby. All right. Good day, and we'll see you tomorrow at the Radio Chaos stream.
See you. Bye bye.